Welcome to a listening party. When I was in high school, in the mid-90s, I was really into alternative grunge, like the alternative rock stuff, the edgier stuff. I guess what I thought was the cooler stuff. Like, of course, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and I think my favorite were Stone Temple Pilots, which this is their song from 1996, an album that when it came out, nobody cared about it. But tonight, that is not the musical journey that we are going on. No. We are headed to the world of Toad the Wet Sprocket. Is this a mistake? That is the question, because we're going back to those alternative pop rock songs that I remember my mom playing in her Geo Prism. I didn't own any of those CDs. Just it wasn't cool enough for me. So the question tonight is, can I enjoy Toad the Wet Sprocket and the music they helped usher in? Joining me on this wild ride is my co-pilot, Britton Buchanan. He's my cousin. He is going to request to get in here somehow. Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots' third album, Athletic. All right, let me see if I can add Britton in here. I gotta type on the screen. Oh, that's funny. I just typed in the chat, thinking it was the search. Hey Lily, you gotta come help me get Britton on this thing. I just searched inside of the chat.
What?
I typed Britton in the chat. That was the best I could do to try to get him in here. Ladies and gentlemen, not my co-pilot, but my engineer, Lily Neal. What if the first 15 minutes is us just trying to get Britton on here?
Well, I don't know where the thing is. It's not. Oh my gosh. No, that's not it.
Yeah. I got this song on loop. You ever heard of Toad the Wet Sprocket? I don't want to distract you. You keep working on that, I'll keep talking to them. And I'll keep looping this Stone Temple Pilots song because I was a big fan of Stone Temple Pilots, not this genre. My co-pilot for this evening wasn't even born yet. In 1995, hold on, let's wait for him to get he was negative.
I'm here.
Negative 5 years old.
I requested about 15 times, but you kept missing it. It's okay. I'm not upset.
Can't see him.
He couldn't even find the box.
Hold on, but why can't I see him?
You
can't.
Don't click it. Just wait.
Wait,
It says it's still waiting on you to join.
can you hear me?
I think your voice. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
hold on. Let me try this.
Cancel.
No,
You
just
try again.
Yeah.
Well, listen. He said he has to reinitiate.
But he just said he was going to try something. And
Now, last week when you were here from the beginning, this started really well.
it was totally fine.
Oh, and you saw Britton?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just wasn't on here.
All right. So Christy's saying that we did see Britton. Let's get him to.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get him on there again. Man, this isn't going according to plan. Okay. I'm just going to keep talking to them while we do this because I know my role, you know yours. Of course, I can't remember what I was going to say. Toad the Wet Sprocket, I thought, was the most ridiculous set of words that you could put together and then call a band that. And I just couldn't feel right about listening to a band or owning a CD by a band who strung those words together to name themselves. But as it turns out, everything is not quite as it seems because Toad the Wet Sprocket was a Monty Python thing.
Thanks, Mike.
1975, there was a fake band named Toad the Wet Sprocket. And so they just thought it was funny to make that their band name. So right off the bat, I'm questioning everything. Did I write them off because I thought something Monty Python came up with was stupid? Well, I think it puts me in the wrong. So tonight, we'll try to figure that out. Britton and I have put this playlist together, and
Okay,
I'm not going to go
I already-
forward with the playlist unless he is here.
Well, I already added him, but I guess I have to do it again. I just did it again, but
I believe this will work. This is the great leveling field.
Yeah, it worked. Whatever you did last
There
time.
he is. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the only thing that makes me feel better about this is that last week on Current Mood, John Mayer had the same problem.
Well, we were destined to have it at then.
Thank you, Lily.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Lily.
I got
I'm
one
a-
in my pocket, and the other one's giving you a high five.
Good song. So I heard everything you were saying.
So, Toad the Wet Sprocket, you were -7 or 8 when they came out.
Right.
So, what are you bringing to this, and what are you hoping to get out of it?
Here's what I'm bringing to this, and I tried. I would try to hear everything. I may not have heard everything, but I'm not a fan of Toad the Wet Sprocket either. Did you establish that we're not fans?
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm open because
We are open. We're on this journey together, and so I think what I'm bringing to this is I am a fan of this genre.
I'm not a fan of this genre. I didn't own any CDs. I just didn't think it had the teeth for me as like
Right.
a junior, senior in high school to walk around and like, hey, you know. So listen, let's get into it because
Let's dive in. We wasted time.
we got to get to the first song here. Now we're gonna play. This is what we decided. We're gonna play a Toad the Wet Sprocket song, okay? And then we're gonna play a series of songs in the same genre, in the same time frame, that potentially they can serve as a gateway drug to get us into Toad the Wet Sprocket. So we'll play another song of theirs at the end of this broadcast,
Right.
and we'll see if our opinions have changed.
We spotted the ocean of the trail. Where are we going?
Are these pirates? Are they
So far away.
like they're hiking on
Somebody told me
the ocean?
They're walking.
that
This
everything's better.
everything's better.
Everything's safe.
Hit it with it.
Walk on the ocean.
Walk on it.
Walk on the ocean. Step on the
Step.
stones.
Oh,
Flesh becomes water.
flesh becomes water.
Wood becomes bone. Okay. All right. See, I bring a lot of baggage to this, but I just can't help but roll my eyes, man. I look over and I see my mom driving the Geo Prism. You know, it's just, it's not cool. And it's like the tone of the voice.
Right. But this was early in this journey, by the way. This isn't, I think, well, at least their other big song. I don't know if this was on the next record or what, but I think the other song, All I Want, is
This came out in
1991.
1992. It was on the album Fear. Which came out
91,
in
92. So this is early. And so I think they ushered in the rest. And they whether or not they built on the rest or tore it down is going to be the question. And so let's hope that there was an amalgamation of both building and tearing so we can end up on this island after we've walked on our ocean.
Right.
End up on this island with another Toad
I mean,
song.
is he talking about walking on the ocean, or is he really just talking about walking on the beach? You know, it's
Right.
what's going on here. And, you know,
This was the 90s, man. It was all up in the air.
yeah, and the words seem to mean so much. The lyrics seem to they seem like they felt like they meant it.
Oh,
so
he
much,
means
as
it.
opposed to like grunge, where it's like you can tell they felt it, but there was no chance you were going to understand what they were saying. This,
Right.
you could understand what they were saying.
Totally.
So we set a baseline that's like, yeah, I'm trying to be open, but this is my eyes are rolling. I gotta hold them still. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm down here. So where are you on your screen?
I'm about with you, man.
Oh, you're a little higher right there.
I think we're starting off from the same place and going on this journey together.
Let's get to something better.
Yeah, Mom.
Familial bonds.
Lovely comments.
They are.
Yeah.
Are they talking crap about?
Well, I do, and I picked this song.
I like. It doesn't have a chorus. I like ironic better.
It does have a
And I
chorus.
don't like this one. This is the vibe. This is the happy 90s driving fast vibe. But it's kind of fun, right?
It's a little fun.
The lyrics are stupid. There's two princes vying for,
Two princes.
yeah. There's a rich
But at
prince
the end of
and
the
a
day,
poor
there's
prince.
only one prince.
Yeah. Oh,
Rest in peace.
the Prince of Peace.
No, rest in peace.
I thought you said there's only one prince, the Prince of Peace.
No, rest in peace. Whatever
Talk about the
floats your
prince
boat.
getting a new racket. I mean, I even read these lyrics and I was like, this is nutty. I mean,
But it is what that genre is. You know what I mean?
it's a lot of it, especially when it gets to the peppier songs like this. When it gets to be the happiest, it can get to be the silliest. I mean, Bare Naked Ladies, Bare Naked, they're on this playlist, but they're not going to make the
Okay,
1 hour cut.
I wanna just say too that someone just mentioned one of my favorite bands that I felt was clearly I wanted to put them on this playlist, but they were too heavy, which is Everclear.
Everclear came out of like a squarely alternative rock place, and I was a big fan of theirs. I was really pulling for them, and then they had some radio hits, and yeah, they could cross over to like the top 40 station, and they did, but they didn't cross over to the 80s, 90s, and the best of today or whatever.
I love them. I've seen them, but they were too rocky for what we were going for in the tone of this playlist. They're kind of punky
Yeah,
in attitude.
right. It just wasn't that easy listening. I don't know. Your mama might get into him, but
Get into her.
there's no woman in the band.
I don't think there's a lady in Everclear.
I'm still thinking about Alanis.
Yeah. My mom is into Alanis.
Yeah, so this thing came out in 1993, and you pointed out if you're going to play this, you might as well just go back to back straight into this. Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life, 1997.
It's the same song, and I like this song better.
Even cheesier at the beginning, but I think they're luring you in because this is a tale of drugs, y'all.
It is. Crystal meth will lift you up until you break.
Since this will be a bastion,
Her own motivation. Yeah.
and she goes down on me. You can't say that on the radio.
They did.
They did. And there's another line right after that that is arguably even more of a picture to be painted. And they let that on the radio too. So it's like, I don't know why he's affecting his voice.
Sydney John kind of life.
Oh, and here's the note.
This is the note.
Come on, guys. Don't do the do-do-do-do's.
The do's are the best part of the whole song.
Don't do the do. Your first single that came out, did you have do-do-do-do's in it?
No, I had oohs.
Okay, that's all right. See, don't come around here with no do-do-do-do-do-do-do's.
Oh, I had you ooh. That was it. And my song.
Man, you couldn't even wear Kurt Cobain's excreted underwear, you know? Or what, you know what I'm saying.
I wouldn't want to wear Kurt Cobain's excreted underwear.
I don't know if that means he pooped out his underwear. That's not what I was trying to say. But you can't, I mean, what do you think any of these artists thought if they were like, if their tour buses passed and they stopped at the same gas station and Kurt Cobain's getting a ho-ho and whoever, this guy from Third Eye Blind, you know.
He's getting a Swiss
Rob
roll.
Thomas. If
He's
Rob
a Swiss.
Thomas
That's not
comes in
Rob
getting himself
Thomas.
getting one of those, the hot dogs covered in something you can get at 7-Eleven.
Are you talking about? No, hold on. Rob Thomas is in Matchbox 20.
Yeah, I know. I switched over because I didn't know the guy's name from Third Eye Blind. So
I don't either, but he
I'm just
definitely.
saying, Rob Thomas or any of these guys, like they brush against Kurt Cobain in the 7-Eleven getting that hot dog thing. What are they going to do? What are they going to say? You know, they're going to shoegaze.
You think they're going to look at each other? No, I think that Kurt.
No,
I think
no,
Kurt was,
no.
Kurt was
They're
a
going to be
big fan
embarrassed
of a lot of
Kurt
people.
Cobain because Kurt Cobain's the real thing.
Right, but I
That's how
think
I felt
Kurt,
like.
in my brain, Kurt would probably extend his hand and say, "Nice to meet you, Rob Thomas."
Yeah, yes, he probably
I'm Kurt
would.
Cobain.
But Rob Thomas would be a little self-conscious. You know, it's like
Definitely.
we need to. It's kind of like, I don't know.
You know what? I'll tell you the difference. Rob Thomas would go back on the bus and say, "Oh my God, I just met Kurt Cobain," and Kurt Cobain would go back on the bus and not say anything.
Not saying anything.
That's the
There wasn't
difference.
anything to say.
No.
Right. And that, because they defined cool, and this was just something that was like so mainstream, this sound. But
Right.
hey, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like they're so edgy.
Very.
I mean, I could have got into that. You know, it's like if they put a parental advisory on it, maybe they did, but in the cover I'm looking at, it does not have a parental advisory on it. They probably would have sold more. All right, where are we headed next?
I don't know. You're taking. Well, we made this together, but I can't remember the order. So you're taking me on this journey.
Okay. This is kind of a surprise for you. All right, we're
Right.
headed to, I think, what will be Christy's favorite song on this playlist. Let me get rid of those doo-doo-doo-doos.
Oh.
So you can start with some sha-la-la-la-las.
Right, but no doo-doo-doo.
Do-do-do-do-do-doos, no. Yeah, I was big into the Chili Peppers back then.
This guy, Adam,
Chili Peppers got nothing to do with this.
this guy, Counting Crows, has a lot to say.
In this
And
song?
not a lot of time to say it in the
Oh.
song.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll kind of cram it in, won't he? This is 1993. You could cram in more words then. And he had this voice that I can't imagine this is how he talks. Does he talk like a normal dude with dreads? Or?
I don't listen to him talk. He actually shaved those off, his locks.
Yeah, that made the news like a year ago.
Now, what I wanted to do in this playlist was I wanted to put Round Here, which is, I think, the superior song. But that would be too much of a drag for what we're trying to go for.
You mean in terms of the vibe? It's more. Yeah. I seem to remember that Counting Crows, they went away and then they kind of came back with a nice charting single.
Right.
Maybe it was Long December.
Well, wasn't their cover of Big Yellow Taxi a resurgence for them?
Yeah, that was the big one. Joni Mitchell, right?
Yeah, that's a Joni Mitchell song.
So, how are you feeling right now? You feeling like my mood is definitely lifted.
Right. I don't know if that's as much about this music or if it's as much that I think what we're doing is fun.
Oh, this is fun, but I think any music could be a downer.
You're
The
right.
Two Princes, I don't know. That was tough, but like now that we're into some Mr. Jones, I feel so symbolic.
Right. My favorite line in this song is about how his favorite color is gray.
See now, my thing is, and he buys a great guitar. See, growing up in this age, I made a choice about a genre. I didn't get to do what you get to do, which is listen to all of them after the fact and whatever stood the test of time, or that you find in your obsessive crate digging or whatever you're doing,
Right.
you get to view it through a different lens and a different set of criteria. To me, there was a lot of cultural clout associated with what CDs you bought, and I wouldn't want anybody to see these CDs in my flip book. I don't
Right.
know if it still holds true, like for Spotify listening. I mean, mine's private except for the playlist I make public, which, by the way, this will be public after this.
Right.
And we'll also open up another playlist where you can contribute all the songs that you think that we missed tonight. But only half the songs in our playlist are being played. So you'll have to listen to the playlist. Link is in my bio to listen to our 2+ hours of these songs, and then decide what you want to add to the other list.
Right.
I was deleting stuff last time.
And we do go through and listen to. We do go through and listen to all that kind of stuff. Like we were just. I was having a field day with the 8-hour 80s country playlist.
But with this one, when did you listen to these songs? What occasion made you
I'll tell you what.
know about this music? I mean,
Well,
it
I'll
seems
tell you
like a
what helped me
forgotten era.
was I like people who have the same influences as me, because it's very obvious to me when somebody has the same influences as me. So, Counting Crows, Matchbox 20, Wallflowers in particular, were very heavily Springsteen-influenced bands. You can feel it in the stuff. And so I would just always listen to the stuff that I could tell was influenced by the same people that I liked.
Okay, so who else were you into? I mean, you listed 3, but on this list, who's your favorite?
The Wallflowers, definitely.
Yeah, I figured that. I don't think we're not gonna get to Wonderwall, but what?
Oh, I love Oasis, by the way.
Yes.
Nice and decent, slip of the curl. This is Mr. Cat and Sugar Ray riding through.
Now we talked about this on tour. Britton's got a hot take on this. Is it something? You got to put your glasses on.
Oh,
This is the most rap influenced thing that's on here.
this song.
1997. Sugar Ray, the guy who hosts Extra.
I said you crumble for me. Now I've seen Sugar Ray live. It was an accident, but I have seen Sugar Ray live.
You seen him?
Yeah. Accident, but I.
All right, let's. All right, Britton.
Guy.
Let's talk about this guy on the chorus.
I love this guy, and I think everybody wants to be this guy
Say that
because I think everybody wants to be this guy. By the way, I think that
talking about what's the guy's name?
Supercat.
The host, the extra host?
Supercat. No, not Mark McGrath.
Mark
Supercat.
McGrath.
Everybody wants to be Supercat because Supercat, who's not in Sugar Ray at all, their guitar player was doing his parts during this song, which was it was just the guitar player of Sugar Ray doing. I'm not going to try to do the parts because I don't want to do that in front of everybody.
So you're saying when you saw them live, the guitarist was doing the Supercat part.
Yeah.
And you have to do it.
You have to, because everybody wants to be here. That's
No, I'm
this song.
saying you have to do it, Britton, right now.
No, I can't do it.
Come on, man. You did
I
it for me
can't.
before on tour.
I think it was more.
What you want?
Right. He says at one some point, like a bird in the sky, I'm so high.
No, but how does he do it?
I can't do that.
I know you can do it. You did it for me on tour. Come on.
I don't want to. I don't. People are gonna. They're gonna hate it.
All right. Here's the thing. You're saying because it's a reggae delivery that you can't do it as a white guy.
I'm saying that.
And I respect that.
What Supercat is Supercat, and I am not. And so for me to, I'm not. I don't want to appropriate Supercat's parts.
Okay. All right. Let's just make it about.
I don't want to cross that line.
You don't want to cross that line.
But I
And
tell
know
you
what?
who does
Hey,
want to cross that line is
I'm
the
not
guitar player for Sugar Ray.
and that was your point. But
Right.
by the way, if one of us needs to know what a line is, I think you already understand that you're that guy. So you're doing a good job not taking the bait.
See?
That's your role here as co-pilot. You got to take the steering wheel. Oh, Link's talking about cultural appropriation. I'm gonna take the wheel.
I'm
I just
not
wanna fly,
going
man.
to
I just want to fly.
to try to supercat it. That's his job.
Spread your wings and fly. See, you can still do it like yourself.
That's not him. That's Mark McGrath. Spread your love and fly.
Oh, okay.
That's Mark.
Yeah, I met Mark McGrath in his office as host of Extra, and he had a cardboard cutout of himself in his office.
I believe it.
Yeah. What you want? What you want?
There you go. See, you did that tastefully.
This is fun, man. Like a bird in the sky, I'm so high.
See, there you go. You do it, man.
Spread your wings and fly. Dude McGrath got out at the right time, y'all. Let's not make fun of him for being a host of Extra, guys. He can still go back on stage and do those songs, and people love it. You know you'd love it.
I had a great time.
And you love it more because he is a host on Extra. Because you feel like it's funny. But listen, we think we're laughing at Mark McGrath, but he's laughing at us all the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank.
If he didn't get out and get into that when he did, what would he be doing right now? He'd be a guy that we were just talking about, like the guy for Third Eye Blind. We just can't remember his name. And I want to apologize to that guy. But I don't remember, so I can't.
He had other hits, Third Eye Blind, but Mark McGrath, you know what? Mark McGrath's career trajectory is one that not many have. Right. Right.
Like that. That's kind of what it was
Right.
like. Hey, you know what? We should have made this song the last one.
Why?
But it sucks, so we had to get it out of the way. Closing time. This is Semisonic, 1998. Now, this is not just a song about bars closing. It's about birds.
Right.
And I'm not joking.
Now, I'll come to bat for this song because I think I like this song.
What?
I like this song, and the guy that wrote this song, his name escapes me.
Let me hear him. If you're coming up to bat,
For this song, 3 swings. Okay, first swing. First off, you're gonna say, "Is this song is a metaphor, man? It's more
okay,
than
just say smorgasbord. 1 strike. Move on.
I said metaphor. Metaphor. I didn't say smorgasbord.
Yeah, you.
It's a
didn't say
metaphor.
that. That's what I thought. Smorgasbord.
Right. It's a metaphor. 2, this songwriter. I know this doesn't make this song a great song, but this songwriter, his name's Dan Wilson.
Oh, you noticed that?
Went on to write some of the biggest hits just ever. He's continually a fantastic
What are you talking
songwriter.
about? Like he wrote "Endless Love" or something?
No, he co-wrote "Someone Like You" by Adele. I'm
Oh,
counting that.
An
He
Adele
did he did some
But
Dixie
wasn't
Chick stuff.
rumbling in the sheets.
What?
Tumbling in the sheets.
Someone Like You. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Yes, you do. Count that as
Someone
2.
like you.
3.
You need a third swing.
3. Let me think. 3. That's a great chorus melody. It flips. It does everything.
Lincoln's picky even in music. No, I mean I'm trying to make Britton stand up for himself. You know, he's got to go after the music industry is cutthroat. He's got to be able to like take big swings and knock them in the dirt.
I love that.
Man,
I said he's written some of the biggest hits, and you said, "Oh, he wrote Endless Love."
I mean, come on now. And when they're down, you got to kick them when they're down. And then when they give you a record contract, it needs to be all in your favor. You don't need a record contract.
You can make whatever.
You're making some good stuff. Follow Britton Buchanan on Instagram and everywhere. He's got a couple of singles out. He's putting some more stuff out, but y'all know that. But who you're going to share this with, who I don't know is not in their right mind and would watch this, is going to see this plug for you, Britton. Because I'm just trying to show you some love, man. I'm
Right.
also trying
yeah.
the Demi Sonic song because I think 3 strikes you're out, man. This one's, I don't know. It's just, it's a bit too cheesy.
I think I made my case for this song.
Okay. You changed your mind.
I made my case for this song. Let me put it. Doesn't mean you made yours.
You changed your mind.
No, I've always liked this song.
Oh, man. Boy, we're hitting a little breather here. See, we're just breathing? Because it feels like we've closed down, but really, we're going to another bar to continue a listening party. Sounds like a jig.
This song.
Like stockings and like legs flapping and yodeling. And that's what's happening with this.
Oh, once upon a midnight period, walk with something in my head.
This is a great song.
The memory of the phone call and what you said.
Best.
Sounds like
That's a
Jack
great line.
When this song was on the radio every day 100 times, nobody listened to the words. Nobody knew what he was talking about.
Right.
What does he?
No. That's why this song is a hit. It's the chorus.
Okay, let's hear
It's
it.
not the verse.
I like the harmony.
Now, I've
They're
seen
asking
Blues
what's
Traveler
this
twice.
song called. This is Runaround by Blues Traveler, released in 1995. Go ahead, Britton.
I've seen Blues Traveler twice.
Oh, man.
Again, by accident. They were just there at the festival.
Like
and
you walked past them on the street with like an open guitar case?
No. Oh, I'll tell you this. I've seen Blues Traveler twice, and then the day after I saw them the second time, in the Century City Mall in Din Tai Fung, I was walking into Din Tai Fung in the Century City Mall, and
John Popper
was walking out with a cane.
Was he playing harp?
No, he had a cane, but he didn't have a cane on stage the next day. So I'm not on the day before. So I'm not sure if the cane was a blues or if he needed it.
You know, he has a harmonica. He's famous for that, right?
Right. It was a
also-
harmonica on a stick.
No, it's a flute.
Oh.
His cane is hollow, and what he does is he'll pick it up, like when he's waiting to cross the street or something. He'll pick it up and he'll blow across the top like a bottle, and
Right.
it's like a freaking recorder, really.
You seen him do it?
Yeah, I've seen him do that. I mean, I call him Pops.
Pops.
He calls me.
Well, I did see Pops in the Din Tai Fung in the Century City Mall one time.
Was the show good?
The second one I really liked. The first one I didn't quite get it. I'm not going to say it wasn't good. I'm just going to say that I didn't get it. The second one I got though. It was right here. Whereas the first one was here.
Oh, really?
The first one went here. The second one was all in my face, man. And they covered Sublime.
That's cool. But are you saying that harmonica spit was getting all in your face?
Basically.
Britton, they're asking, how old is he at the bottom? That's what they're calling you, the bottom. How old is he at the bottom? This is not my son. This is my cousin, Britton. Britton is 20.
You're right, man.
20 years
You
old.
live in your house?
I'm over twice your age and height. incidentally.
Twice
I-
a night.
If you ever see us together, it is strange.
Now, I used to live in your house. I don't anymore. That's it.
I thought you were about to launch into something.
No, I was just. We had a great time in your house. For anybody who wasn't on here the first time, this is where this originated. Was us listening to music together in your home.
And you know, I got worked up because I was trying all week to come up with a new technical setup so that I could pipe in the music and our audio and make for a better listening experience for everybody else watching. And it never came together. And this afternoon, I got frustrated and like, we're going back to the setup. But you know what?
We're having a good time.
We're having a good time. It don't even matter. And now, what are we moving on to?
No,
Okay,
that's just a
we got a
harmonica.
connection to this next song. This is Better Than Ezra.
Oh, Better Than Ezra.
Desperately Wanting.
Desperately Wanting. This is a good song.
You probably know their song, Good, Good, oh, 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 oh.
Right, but we didn't choose this one. We chose this one, is what I meant to say.
A good song.
It's a good song.
He's obsessed with running through wet grass.
Now, my connection to Better Than Ezra is I flew to Nashville on a songwriting pilgrimage, and someone was setting all these up, and I show up to this guy's house, and it's a huge house. It's huge. And it's beautiful.
Talk about this guy's house. Okay.
I park in his driveway. He
How
lets
many-
me.
how many-
We talked for a little
garage
bit.
doors does his garage have?
2 or 3, I think.
Oh my God, I bet.
There was quite a bit, but
2 or 3.
anyways, it was a big garage. And in this room over at the garage, he had the studio. I don't want to give all the details about his house, but
You are.
I put 2 and 2 together that Kevin Griffin on my sheet was Kevin Griffin from Better Than Ezra. And so I have a song that I wrote with Kevin from Better Than Ezra.
What?
Also, other connection, Odds Are by the Bare Naked Ladies. He also co-wrote. So there's 2
I like
90s
it.
alternative
You
pop.
ain't got nothing to do with the second one.
No, but we have Bare Naked Ladies on the...
You should have said that one first because the one about you was like, oh, that was the kicker.
I don't think about the order in which I talk about Kevin Griffin.
Me neither, man.
Now,
It's
he
such
also...
a wild ride.
He also
Bro.
did. He also
Don't think
wrote.
about what we talk about beforehand.
He started Pilgrimage Festival in Nashville.
Let me ask you this.
Big music festival.
Do you remember running on wet grass?
Vaguely. At his house with him.
Yeah, did you run through any wet grass with him?
We. I can't talk about everything that we did, but
Well, I didn't think that was too intimate of a question.
I
But
think
so
there
you can either
may have
confirm or
been
deny
some.
that when you were writing
I
songs,
think there may have been some wet grass involved.
Can you confirm that you at least saw wet grass?
Yeah.
Can
For
you?
sure.
Are you prepared to admit that you might have touched the wet grass?
I don't recall the specific details of what happened with the wet grass.
Okay, that's fine, sir. You don't have to recall everything, but if I may, I'd like to ask, do you recall having any conversations with Mr. Griffin? Just in general.
I can recall a few.
You can recall a few conversations, because I would imagine that with such a meaningful person, you know, having been in this band and impacted so many lives, that when you're with him, that you would. You see where I'm going with this?
No, sir.
I mean, it seems that you would remember everything that he told you, wouldn't you say?
I think under normal circumstances that you would say.
Yes. you would remember all of the conversations.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So that brings me to my final question, Mr. Buchanan. Did you happen to have a conversation with Mr. Griffin about wet grass?
No, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Someone asked where Fiona Apple is. Fiona is on this playlist, but Criminal is 6 minutes long, and we couldn't fit it in the first hour.
So you got to get loaded as Sheryl Crow.
But we could fit Cheryl.
And I think, Britton, you and I can agree, this is our favorite Sheryl Crow song. Both.
Yes, this is my favorite Sheryl Crow song.
If It Makes You Happy, 1996. From a poncho.
Poncho. Mosquitoes.
Playing for mosquitoes. This is an amazing album. Red bought this album. I took it from him and listened to it all the time. It really comes down to the chorus of this song. It's just, it's goosebumps, man.
It
You
is.
cannot hate this song. That's right.
Here we go.
Yes, girl.
Ask him. She doesn't know. We don't know. They don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Now, interestingly enough, the same day I saw Blues Traveler for the first time, I saw Sheryl Crow. And she opened with this song. And let me tell you this story, because this is amazing. I saw her at this festival called Lock-It. I was there to see Dead and Company.
Okay.
And the way the stage was set up is there's like a wall in the middle of the stage. And while one band was playing, the other band was setting up. And
Let me interrupt the story 1 second and say that Mike Ricard just tried to type Soul Asylum into the chat room, but he typed Soil Asylum. That's a totally different band.
That's a
Totally
band.
different place.
Different activity.
Never want to go.
Um,
I don't know if he did that on purpose as a joke, but out of context, that was funny to me. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
No, you're all good. So the stage would spin around, and she opened with this song. So while she's playing, the stage is like spinning, and I swear, and now it could have been, my memory may be foggy, but I swear that it perfectly locked in place in the front as soon as she hit that first chorus. And
I'm sure it did.
It felt like a bulldozer, man.
And that's what the song is like. The song is like it's slowly circling you, and then it strikes on that first chorus.
That's
and
what it is.
It's a goosebumper. The first time I heard this song, it had been years. A couple of days ago, I got goosebumps on my goosebumps. Like my goosebumps went away, then they came back and doubled because she brought the heat. I would be nervous to see her perform it live because it's hard to continue to belt that out.
Right.
At least that's what I think. And I saw her on one thing that I think it's one of those notes that like when we would have to cover Simple Man in high school in our band. And be simple. Like I couldn't hit that. I couldn't keep hitting that note. So I would go to the lower note, just like admit defeat.
Right.
I feel like that's where I would be afraid for her. But to open with it is the way to go.
Right, because because your knees buckle as soon as you hear that first chorus, and if you can make someone buckle their knees, then you got them in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, and you get it out of your system.
Right.
Makes you happy. It can't be otherwise. If it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad? If it makes you happy, it can't be otherwise.
I do want to call attention to something really quick.
Do-
People are, I think, making a little bit of fun of you for calling a harmonica a harp. But people actually do call harmonicas
Yeah, it's a blues
harp.
harp.
Yeah. People actually, that is
People think I'm
a
so
musician term
nuts that
for
everything I say
harmonica.
is nuts. Like if something sounds funny, but it actually is just something that sounds funny, and I'm just saying it serious. Hey, man,
Now
that's
I
what they were doing.
I want to come in here and just say, Link is right. They do call a harmonica a harp in the musician field.
Yeah, you coming in there, you taking up for your boy. That's right.
Yep. Don't forget that.
Don't forget it, y'all. Don't forget it. We got to get some Matchbox 20 up in this piece, right? Rob Thomas,
Robert.
he went out on his own, but at this point, this is 1997. Yourself or Someone Like You is the album.
Right. A good record.
Didn't own it, didn't think about owning it. I didn't think this guy was cool until he got Santana on a song. That's when I rethought Rob Thomas.
They did a whole record together, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, the whole album. I guess. How does this song make you feel?
I love this song. So this song makes me feel really well.
It makes you feel really good?
Yep.
Well, I hate to tell you that this song is about Rob Thomas as a 13-year-old
Mom with cancer.
watching his mom die of cancer. Well, actually, I don't know if he died.
She didn't die. I know that story.
You already knew that. I'm not dropping any bombs on you, man. It's 3 a.m. You must be lonely if you're still talking to me. But, I mean, I definitely could have been thoughtful enough to listen to lyrics and figure out what people were saying, but I didn't do that. Again, I've already thrown Chili Peppers under the bus, but I'm a huge fan, and I knew what I was getting and what I wasn't getting, and they gave me so much of everything else that I wasn't that concerned about what the critics said was missing from the Chili Peppers. But all that being said, I'm not that much of a lyrics guy, I guess. Or
See, I am.
I became a lyrics guy for this kind of stuff later, but like when we got into Merle, I definitely became a lyrics guy. But for all this stuff, I didn't care what they were saying. I just assumed it was cheesy, cornball.
But a lot of it isn't. I mean, I think a lot of it comes from people wanted to be everybody at the time because that's just the way it was. Wanted to be Bruce Springsteen, and the problem was Bruce Springsteen wanted to be Bob Dylan, and so inadvertently everyone was trying to be Bob Dylan, and I think that's where this comes from. Is these long-winded, like this song about the she thinks happiness is the mat that sits out on her doorway. That line I think is totally. This is a direct influence of, there's Bob Dylan, there's Bruce Springsteen, there were other people in between. There were Tom Petty, there were all these other people. So,
but you're saying, I mean, is that a criticism or just an observation? Because
I don't mind. I think great lyrics came from it.
But they did something. The tone was more. It was this emotion. It was like emotion on your sleeve. It was exploring like downer things, and but to me that's what
Springsteen was too. I think that there is direct correlations between Dylan's lyrics, something like "The ghost of electricity howls in the bones of her face," Springsteen's lyrics of "You can hide neath your covers and study your pain, make crosses from your lovers, throw roses in the rain," and she thinks that happiness is the mat that sits outside her doorway. I think that there is a direct correlation between all of that kind of stuff, and I love it. That's why I like it so much.
And I think what I was really doing was I didn't like grunge. Again, the stuff that I liked, I wasn't into it for its lyrical content. I felt like if you looked at the lyrics for Nirvana, I felt like it was like looking at modern art. It was all subject to interpretation.
That's a different kind of lyric.
I like that comment. So I guess I regret not realizing that song was about his mom who's suffering from cancer. And this Lisa Loeb song is extremely
I
confusing.
love Lisa
Hey,
Loeb. By the way, we have
this
7
week-
minutes left, just so you know.
1994.
We have
gotta
7
think
minutes
about
left.
shutting this thing down, but
6 now.
I read that Lisa, who was unsigned, she wrote this song for Daryl Hall because she heard he was producing a solo album, and she wrote this song that was a little more funky, in her words, that she thought would
Right.
work with him, because she was in she was studying music. I can't remember what she was, but I think that's why I like the song, because she was trying to channel in some weird Lisa Loebish glasses on way Daryl
Right.
Hall.
Now, as much as I want to sit here and listen to this Lisa Loeb song, because I love Lisa Loeb, and this is a song I put on there, I do think with our less than 6 minutes we have left, we have to devote it to Toad to see if we achieved our goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Toad's best shot is at making us fans. All I Want, 1992.
Nothing so loud.
I want to give a shout out to Nicole Norton, a friend of mine who helped me put my half of this playlist together. Thank you, Nicole, for your help, for geeking out with me talking about this stuff.
I want to give a shout out to Red and Kelly, my friends, for helping me on this front too, because I needed some help. We're giving shout outs.
Yeah, man, we've got like associate producers.
We do.
Let's hear this chorus. Let's just take in some Toad. I like that harmony. It's not annoying. It is a little affected, the vocals. But the lines, nothing so cold as closing the heart when all we need is to free the soul.
That's a Dylan lyric.
I'm loving that.
I can dig it. I'm
I can
feeling
dig
it.
it, man.
I'm
I feel
feeling
like I want to know where you're at on the scale.
We've gone from here,
You were a little higher than that.
here.
All I want is to know where you are now. Oh, you're above the eyebrows? Okay, you're right here.
Right.
Okay.
Where you at?
Started right here.
Right.
I think I started to appreciate the depth of the lyrics and that the emotions they had on their sleeve actually came from their heart. I gave myself permission to like something a little cheesier, something that didn't seem to have so much machismo or macho in it.
Right.
And I just sat back and enjoyed myself with my favorite cousin and my favorite people who, for some reason, have decided to watch this. And here I am. And then, you know what? I realized if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad?
Oh, you went further than I did. You went further than me.
I love me some Toad the Wet Sprocket. They ushered something in, and if you go to their Instagram feed, they got a picture of a koozie with their logo on it.
You gonna buy it?
I like that vibe. I want a Toad the Wet Sprocket koozie.
Now,
And I want to have it on this show next time we do it. We went
Now-
on this journey, man.
I think that this was a success.
We crashed into this, man.
We did. Now,
Fabulous.
Dave,
And you want to do it again next week?
I want to do it again next week. Same time, same places.
I know a lot of people want you to educate me, turn me into a Prince fan, which I want to do.
Right.
I don't know if I want to do that next week. We'll have to talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
But Britton, thanks for hanging out with me.
Thanks for
I
having
look
me.
forward to this. You know, after 50 days here at home, it's like this is one of my lifelines. Is
Mine
our
too.
connection and our connection to music. Thank you for watching. Hang in there. Um, this song's about like a peeping Tom, so I'm not
Yes.
trying to creep you out at the end, but
Well, they did a little bit of watching of us, and now we just are going to
thank you,
say,
Britton. Thank you, Britton. It's over.
all right, have a good one.